Hello! Welcome back to the Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon the Spoonie Stitcher. You're inside the stitchery and you're here for the Kooky Cozy Cal 2024. These are wonderful, easy, fast makes that all have a similar base that you can do things with. So, whether you are a spooky fan or not, trust me, there's something for everyone in here. And these are also really great for markets. Just putting that out there. Okay, today we are making my little Witchy Coaster set. We are making a bubbling cauldron, a pretty potion, and a crystal ball. Ooh. Now the cool thing about these is you may have already noticed they all have the same base. It is this circle right here. They all have the exact same base. We just do little tweaks here and there to make it just slightly different, but they all start with this base we are calling the ball. So they all start with the ball. So first we're going to learn how to make the ball, and then you're going to see how easy it is to just tweak things here and there, and you get 3 different patterns with one base. Pretty cool, huh? One thing I would like to mention, please try your best to keep your cotton yarns all the same brand. Because here's a wonderful example. This is made with Paint Box Cotton Aran. Isn't it pretty? Now this is made with Lily's Sugar and Cream. They look slightly different, and this one is just a teensy bit bigger. They're both worsted weight yarns. They're both 100% cotton. What makes them different? Well, this is a looser weave, so it's expanded more. And so that's why I try really hard when I make projects like this. I try to stick with the same brand as much as possible. So this is all Lily Sugar and Cream, and this is all Paint Box Aran. Just something to keep in mind. Also, it's not 100% necessary to make these with 100% cotton yarn. However, if you want to be safe, and you're making this for, say, a market or a gift or something, and you don't know what somebody's going to put on it, you might want to make sure at least your ball is 100% cotton. It doesn't have to be the whole thing because the cup only goes inside the ball. Anything on the outside can be made of anything you want. Of course, it looks nicer when it's all the same yarn, but it's not a necessity because I know that cotton yarn can wear on your hands, it can hurt, and you may not have the right color for everything. So you may have to switch to an acrylic, which is fine. If this part was acrylic, that'd be okay. My cup is nowhere near that. So if you don't know if they're going to use a hot beverage or not, you might want to stay with 100% cotton. But other than that, just make sure your ball is 100% cotton. Anything else? It doesn't matter. Okay? So try to stick to the same brand of yarn and try to make sure your ball is 100% cotton just in case. If Halloween is not your vibe, then please feel free to peruse my Christmas crochet along that I did last year. There's lots of fun, easy, quick gifts that are very fun to make. And some of these we will actually need for this year's crochet along as well. So you might want to take a look at it. So, grab your yarn and materials, all listed in the description box below, and let's make a little witchy coaster set together. We are using a worsted weight yarn in 100% cotton for our ball. Every single one of these is made the exact same way. The only thing that changes is the top part and what's around it, but the balls are all the same. We are going to make a magic ring. If you don't know how to do a magic ring, simply chain 2 and then work everything into that second chain. This is how you make a magic ring. Fingers like so, drape the yarn over, pinch with your thumb, cross to make an X, turn your hand, take these 2 fingers, and grab the yarn. Your hook needs to be facing head side down to go under the first loop and be able to grab the second loop. See? Pull that under turn and grab this one, just like that. Then pull it through. Now you can release. Whether you made the magic ring or you did the chain 2, you need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so after we chain 3, we need to make a double crochet into the magic ring. We're going to make 12 total. So we're going to wrap our yarn and then go into the ring, wrap again to grab the yarn like so, pull it through the ring. Now there are 3 loops on your hook. Wrap and go through 2 loops on your hook, wrap and go through 2, just like that. Okay? We are going to make 12 in total. Let's do another one. Wrap, go through the magic ring, wrap to grab. So we turn our hook. I like to just turn my hook slightly, so I'm just gonna turn my hook a little bit. Now I've got 3 loops. Wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. A lot of people like to count the chain 3 as a stitch. We're not gonna do that, and I'll show you why. So we've made 2 stitches so far. Forget this. We've made 2 stitches. So let's go a little faster. Wrap, go through the ring, wrap, pull through the ring, 3 loops on our hook, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. So we have 3. I'll do one more with you. Wrap, go through the ring, wrap to grab, slightly turning our hook, pull, 3 loops, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. You have 4 stitches. Make the remaining 8 by yourself, and I will meet you in just a moment. Count to make sure you have 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the chain. Perfect. Pull this little tail to tighten your stitches. If you made the ring, of course. There we go. Now we are going to slip stitch not to the top of the chain 3, but into the first double crochet. And why do we do that? Because now that chain has covered up that gap that's normally there, and it's a nice, smooth transition. Plus, it looks really pretty. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and make 2 double crochet in that same stitch. Right there. Wrap, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, wrap and go through 2, wrap and go through 2. It's exactly what you were doing before. You're just not going into a ring, now you're going into a stitch. So we're gonna wrap, go into the stitch, wrap, pull through, 3 loops, wrap and go through 2, wrap and go through 2. So now you should have 2 stitches and a chain coming out of the same stitch. Just like this. Now in every stitch around, that's where these little V's are, right here. We're always going under the V. There's always 2 of them. So it makes a V. So there's 2 places that you go under right there. In every single one of those stitches, you are going to put 2 double crochet, just like we did here. That is called an increase. You see? So it starts to expand. Okay, do that all the way around, and I will meet you when you have 24 stitches. Okay, this is called a false stitch right here. This is actually your slip stitch from the row below. See how your chain 3 is coming out of it? Just like that. So this is not a stitch. Do not be fooled by these things. That is why we count. Making sure that we have 24 stitches all the way around and the chain. Then we know we don't need to go into this one because it's not real. Now we're going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet inside the increase, right here. And that is going to become the false stitch in the next row. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now on this one we're going to do an increase, a 1 by itself, increase, 1 by itself, increase, 1 by itself. So it'll look like this. All the way around. So we're going to do 2 in the same stitch. One, 2, and then in the next stitch right here, we're going to do 1. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around, and make sure at the end you have 36 stitches. I'll meet you after that. Okay, so here is that false stitch again. See it? So we're skipping that. We're going into this stitch right here with a slip stitch. Okay, this is round 4, and this is the last round for making the basic ball. Everything from here on out is individual to each pattern, but this is how you make the ball for all of them. So round 4, chain 2. Okay, now you are going to do a different stitch. This is called a half double crochet. So in this same stitch right here, we are going to wrap our yarn, go into the stitch, wrap, pull up a loop. So we've got 3 loops on our hook. Now wrap, and we're going to go through all 3 of those instead of just 2. We're going to go through all 3 like this. Whoosh! That is a half double crochet. We're going to do that again. Wrap, go into the same stitch, wrap, pull up with all 3, wrap, and go through all 3. That is called a half double crochet. And this is a half double crochet increase. In the next 2 stitches, we're just going to do 1 half double and 1 half double. So we're going to wrap, go through the stitch, wrap, pull up a loop, 3 loops, and go through all 3. And do that again. And that is our pattern for this one. It is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, all the way around until you have 48 stitches. Remember, this is your false stitch. This one's even better because it's kind of tilted because of how the half double crochet is made. So it's actually slightly tilted. Notice how none of these are slanted like that. So watch out for that stitch. Make sure you have 48 stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, this is the end of round 4, and this is the first real half double crochet. So you can see right here, this is the chain 1, chain 2, so we want to go in there and slip stitch. Okay, this is the ball. From here on out, depending on your pattern, you will either snip to change color or you will stay on this color. So here we go. Let's start with the cauldron. Okay, after you have made the regular ball, then you do not fasten off because you're going to continue in the same color. I am using purple. And the first thing we're going to do is chain 2. 1, 2. In the same stitch as the chain, we are going to make 2 double crochet or a double crochet increase. So we're going to wrap, go through the stitch, wrap, pull up, 3 loops on your hook, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. Do that again. Wrap, go through the stitch, wrap, 3 loops on your hook, wrap and go through 2, wrap and go through 2. Just like that. Now we are going to make 7 half double crochet. So that means 7 across. So we're going to wrap, go through the stitch, bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, go through all 3. 6 more times. Now in the next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet increase again. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch back in the same stitch as the increase. What this does is it gets us back to the base. So see, it gets us back on the base. Isn't that easy? Okay. Now we're going to do 15 single crochet. That means 15 around like this. Just going to go in, pull up a loop, 2 loops, go through 2. That's it. Single crochet is really easy. You go in the stitch, you grab the loop, you got 2 loops on your hook, and you go through 2. That's 2, 3, 14, 15. Stitch count on this project is really important, so we are going to go back and make sure that we have 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 right here. Okay, good. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see on the back side of this chain are these little bumps. Do you see them? These little raised bumps right here. That is where we're going to work our stitches into. So we're going to turn it like this, skipping the first one because it's impossible to get your hook in that one. And in the next one, we're going to slip stitch. That means we're just going to go in and go through everything. And then we're going to make a half double crochet. It can be a little tricky because the bumps don't always want to cooperate, so you just have to be patient. And in this last one, we're going to make a double crochet. Now skip 2 stitches on the base, here and here. In the third one, make a single crochet. You can kind of straighten it out if you want to. Make 4 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and do exactly what we did before. We're going to skip this first bump because it's impossible to get into, slip stitch in the next one, half double crochet in the next one, and double crochet in the last one. Skip 2 stitches, And then you're going to do 14 single crochet up to meet the tall area here. And then slip stitch into this fake stitch here and fasten off. You can always finesse the little corners and the little feet. Depending on your yarn, it may look thicker or thinner. This is a very thin cotton. This is a much thicker cotton. As you can see, there's a bit of a size difference here. But the balls are the same. This was the edging we put on it, but the ball stops right there. And that's the same. Now you just want to flip it over and sew in your tail. Sewing in your tail is very easy. You just want to go in between stitches. Try to get to the center as much as possible. You just don't want to warp anything. You don't want anything to look misshapen. And this goes for all of these projects. Whenever you're sewing in your tail, you just go in and out, trying not to show up on the other side, and get to the middle as soon as possible so that you can take this tail and tie them together. Gently, of course, and make sure it's still flat. Then you want to just kind of weave your tail in so you can pull it through. Do the same with the other tail. And there you go. Nice little drink coaster. Okay, the potion bottle. You made the ball. Now let's make the neck. We're going to chain 1 and half double crochet in that stitch. And then we're going to make 5 more half double crochet. Okay, so you should have 6 half double crochet and 1 chain 1. Now we're going to chain 1, turn it over, and do that again. Six half double crochet across the top. Chain 1 and repeat. Chain 1 and turn. This is the last time we do this. Okay, now we are going to change color. Okay, I am simply just going to pull this through. And then I'm going to pull my first color down really tight with this inside the loop of the second color like that. See? Hold the tail and the original color down. Okay, now chain 1 and turn. We're just going to make 6 single crochet across, chain 1, turn, 6, chain 1, turn, 6, chain 1, turn, from rows 9 through 11. So do this 3 times. Gonna go across. And chain 1, turn, last one, and fasten off. Make sure there's a tail for sewing. Chain 1 and pull. Same with the pink. Okay, now when you're sewing in your tails, make sure you sew it on the back, and also make sure that you keep color A with color A and color B with color B, so you don't mix and match anything. And then you'll have the potion one. Okay, the crystal ball. We're going to change color again to our stand color, whatever you want the crystal ball to stand on. That's the color you'll have. We're just going to pull these tails. I've already fastened off my light blue, but you can do that now if you want to. And I'm going to pinch it right here. And I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to pull the light blue down again, just a little bit. There we go. The dark blue. There we go. Okay. And work over the dark blue tail, but not the light blue. Okay. We just chained 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now going to work into the chain by doing a slip stitch. We always skip the first one because it's impossible to get into the first one, okay? We're going to slip stitch, half double, and double. No, we're not going into the bumps this time, because this time it doesn't matter. Skip 2 stitches on the base. So that's these 2 right here, 1, 2. Make 2 single crochet. And do it again. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the first chain. Slip stitch into the next one. Half double crochet into the next one. Double crochet into the last one. Skip 2 stitches on the base, 1, 2, and make 2 single crochet across the bottom. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the second one from the chain. Yep, we're doing it again, but the ending is a little different this time, so hang on. Half double crochet and a double crochet. Skip 2 stitches on the base, 1, 2, and slip stitch into this stitch, not the chain 2. So we slip stitch into it, like so. And then we're going to fasten off with a chain to sew in the tail. Chain 1, pull it through. And there you have it. So we're going to sew in our ends like this. you don't want to go in here because, see, that's still loose. So we want to pull it. I want to go in the actual stitch. Keep that on there. I think I made my tail too short. Oh well, it's fine. There's not a lot of room to work with here. There's too many gaps because of how it's made, so you don't want to run out of room. So just go back and forth until you think it's secure. And then fasten off and do the same to the other side. My tail's a little bigger here, so this might look better. I'm gonna pull that knot. You just want to weave it in and out without mixing with the first color so that it looks nice and neat. Whenever you pull on this, pinch the base while you do that so it doesn't warp the shape. There we go. And voila, you have a lovely crystal ball with a little 3-prong stand. I predict that you are going to make this coaster. We interrupt this program to remind you to please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it, and join our wonderful creative community over here. And don't forget to ring the bell down below so you never miss a video. It helps the channel. Thank you so much. We now return to our regularly scheduled program. So today we made 3 coasters with all of them having the same starting base. So see what you can do when you have one base that's the same? You can do so many things with it. And the coaster and the cauldron are really similar. This is the same technique as this. You just did it more times in a row. This is just like this, except I extended the 2 sides and I made it longer across the top. That is the cool thing about crochet, y'all. It can be molded into just about anything just by changing a few things here and there. So, are you gonna come back for the next one? Okay, I'll see you on Wednesday. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. Bye.